And so on the explore, exploit spectrum, there are three distinct archetypes that emerge from this spectrum. One being the explorer, right? Which constantly, this person who is the explorer constantly chases the next big idea, driven by novelty seeking and dopamine. You bounce between projects like a butterfly. You're never really focusing on one thing long enough to get meaningful results. And your resume really looks like, a graveyard of half-finished endeavors. And then you have the exploiter, right? This person commits to a singular pursuit, resisting urges to chase shiny objects. You dive deep into a craft, focusing for years to achieve mastery. While others get distracted, you persist through the boredom. But this hyper-focusing can make you potentially blind to valuable new opportunities. And then we go to the third archetype, which is the captain. This person masters switching between explore and exploit modes. You know exactly when to start something new versus when to double down on your current path. You explore just enough to spark creativity, but exploit long enough to produce tangible results. These ideas, these three archetypes, are from the Flow Research Collective, which I encourage everyone to check out if this information interests you and you want to go even more deep on this stuff. This is where I learned all of this information, even from procrastination on episode 379, all about flow, and this idea that we're talking about here of dispersion, distraction, and these different archetypes about exploit and explorer spectrum. And so the ideal is becoming the captain, a master of explore, exploit dynamics. But due to our biological tendency to overexplore, most people or most of us just never reach this level of being the master, of being the captain of our biology. But here's the thing about becoming a captain of your biology. The second you commit to one pursuit, the second you say, this is the thing that I'm going to go all in on, your brain starts fighting back with cognitive biases. First comes this novelty bias, which is like your mind will start whispering, wouldn't it be more fun if we just, start something new, right? Isn't the other thing over there more exciting? This project is starting to feel heavy, right? This is novelty bias. Then you have scarcity bias. You'll start to feel like, you're missing out. New opportunities will feel urgent. Dr. Michael Gervais calls this a FOPO. No, he calls it, he talks about FOPO, which is fear of other people's opinions. This is FOMO. Scarcity bias is FOMO, fear of missing out, right? Every podcaster you listen to will sound like they know something you don't, and you need to shift your focus to get in on the action. That's scarcity bias. And then right behind that comes present bias. Your brain will overvalue whatever's fast and easy. You'll catch yourself tempted by little wins, quick hits, dopamine snacks, things that feel good right now, but steal your progress later, right? These are all cognitive biases you have to conquer as you sustain focus. But as you master, these different dynamics, you'll gain a sustained singular focus, the ability to really zero in on a single pursuit without splitting attention across multiple priorities, right? Neurologically, not neurobiologically, neurologically, sustained singular focus shifts how your brain works. You get steadier dopamine signaling, which means more motivation with less volatility. You get more efficient learning as repeated practices myelinates neural pathways. You get better creative problem solving because your default mode network ruminates deeply on a single pursuit instead of skipping, like a scratched record. Right? You conserve willpower because you're not constantly, switching tasks or redeciding your priorities. You have a commitment. You have a singular focus. You get clarity of purpose because your attention isn't scattered across competing goals. You stop restarting the compounding curve every time you chase something new. The subjective benefits are equally powerful. You become exceptional at one thing rather than mediocre at many. Your work becomes more efficient, freeing up time for relationships and health. Purpose becomes clear, income grows more consistently as compounding returns accumulate. These are the benefits of being able to become the captain of your biology. This is what separates people who dabble for decades from people who build things that matter. It's not intelligence, it's not talent, it's not luck, it's sustained, singular focus. It's becoming the captain of your biology. The hardest part isn't knowing this, the hardest part is doing it. Most of us are really puppet mastered by evolution, evolution's hidden hand. The path forward is seizing the strings yourself, becoming your own puppet master, the captain of your own biology, rather than succumbing to your neurobiological craving to explore. The best part is, to wrap this whole thing up, the best part is you have the power to make it happen. Thank you very much for tuning in to that clip. If you enjoyed it, then you'll love the full-length episode right here. Right here. Click it. Go ahead.